It's lovely to be here.
Is the weather going to be lovely?
Well, I was just going to say, when I walked in this morning, it was pouring buckets.
Yes.
Probably the same for you guys.
Yes, but not cold.
No, you're right. So that is the forecast, actually.
Oh, sorry.
Thank you, Carol. Let's move on.
More from me later. Good morning, everybody. It is a very mild start to the day. It's going to be a very mild day generally, but it is fairly cloudy to start with too. And we've got some rain. That rain continuing to push northwards. And as it does so, behind it, it will brighten up and some of us will see some sunny intervals.
That was much better than my weather forecast. Carol.
I don't think so, Sal. You got the job.
And Carol is here in the studio with us this morning. I'm delighted to say she has the weather for us. Morning.
Good morning, John and Sal. Good morning to you too. The weather this morning is cloudy and it's also rather wet. But one thing you will notice if you haven't yet been outside is how mild it will be for you.
Have you had one of these brownies that Sally's been making?
Yes, they
You
are.
eaten yours already?
Yes. They smelt so good, I couldn't resist it. They're
We're having
delicious.
brownies for breakfast, everyone.
10-minute weather, please.
10-minute weather coming up. Thank you. Good morning, everybody. This morning, if you haven't yet gone outside, it is a mild start to the day for most of us. It's also fairly cloudy and wet for many as well. In London, currently the temperature is about 16 degrees, Cardiff and Manchester 15, Belfast 13, Edinburgh 11, but under clear skies in Kinbrace and Highlands, it's only 3, so it's certainly not mild for you. Sal and John, still very mild, still up to 18 degrees.
We're enjoying it, Carol. Thank you.
Not as much as I'm enjoying the brownies.
Is it good? Is it okay?
Very, very good.
It's a new
Delicious.
recipe.
When's your next weather? Half an hour? Have another one.
For half an hour.
Exactly. See you there. Thanks, Carol.
You need to give me notes afterwards.
Excellent.
Good.
We've also, best of all, got Carol in the studio as well.
She wins everything. Morning.
That's another fiver out of you both.
It's more than that, Carol, to be honest.
Inflation. Good morning, both. Good morning to you too. Something worth looking out for tonight, if it's not too cloudy where you are, is the Beaver Supermoon. It promises to be the biggest and the brightest of this year. But you can see in London already, it's starting to brighten up. By no means is this the case everywhere. There is a lot of cloud around, as you can see in Glasgow, with some rain. So how much rain is there going to be in the next few days? Well, here's the rainfall accumulation chart. You can see there's further rain coming into the west. We've had a lot of heavy rain in parts of the west of late, but not much getting in towards the east by the time we get to the beginning of next week. Good morning. It's lovely to be here with you today, even though it's been pouring buckets outside, hasn't it?
Yes, it has.
It's been really wet this morning and it's also been really mild as well. Good morning to you. If you haven't yet stepped outside, these are the kind of temperatures that will greet you.
So mild.
Yeah, it really is.
When do we start calling it warm and not mild?
Well, any day now, actually. But it is going to cool down again as we head into the weekend, but temperatures will be closer to average.
Thanks, Carol.
Oh, that's a big puddle.
Oh, you don't stand in it, Carol.
We've had some really heavy rain this morning, but it's been so mild, hasn't it? Sal and John?
Carol, thank you very much indeed. It's been lovely having you with us this morning.
Oh, it's been such a pleasure being here. Thank you.
Even with the rain.
Yes.
Yeah, hi. You know, it's really mild out there, super mild, in fact. Let's take a look at the temperatures we had earlier on today across the country. Swanage, 15 degrees. That's the morning temperature, so the overnight low, if you like. And even in parts of Scotland, they're around 12 or 13 degrees. That also means a mild day, and it also means that Bonfire night, if you are marking it, I mean, I know many of us already marked it over the weekend, but it's going to be about 16 degrees this evening.
Now, you might be looking forward to watching some fireworks tonight, but it's not the only spectacular sight to keep your eyes peeled for. The largest and brightest moon of the year, the full Beaver Supermoon, will also be shining. It's been seen in Australia. It's due to rise here just before 4 o'clock. But will we be able to see the moon, the fireworks? Will the bonfire stand a chance? Questions for Thomas Schaffenacker.
Yeah, it's a bit of a mixed bag out there, that's for sure. There will be some clear skies, but not everywhere. The important thing is that if you are marking Bonfire night, not everybody does in the middle of the week. It's a little bit awkward, but the weather should be generally dry, at least for most of us.
Here we go, and there's a big moon out tonight, if you can see it through the cloud. Hello again, a very good evening to you. Well as the fireworks at the moment, we're into fungi, or is it a fungi season as well? I'll leave the fungi jokes for another time. But the weather itself, mild and dry tonight, you may have noticed that. As we go into tomorrow, a little bit cloudier, there are some isolated showers around. For the weekend, you're going to notice it's gradually getting cooler, back down to around average really. That's a bit of a recipe for some mist and fog in some areas, particularly perhaps further west, so potentially a bit of a murkier start on Friday morning. Into Friday, I mentioned there might be a bit of rain maybe later on, keep an eye on the forecast for that, and into the weekend, the weather looks up, the temperatures look down a little. That's it from me and all the team here. Have a super bonfire night and a super evening. See you later on. Cheerio.
With something else lighting up the sky.
Well, yes, and you think about bonfire night, Sophie, you might think of being wrapped up in scarves and gloves on a cold, frosty night. That is certainly not the case tonight. Really mild out there. And that reflects a change we've been seeing in our UK weather as a result of climate change. Fewer frosty nights. In fact, about 3 weeks worth less or fewer frosty nights than we used to see half a century ago. Temperatures out there right now, 14, 15, 16 degrees. So really very mild indeed out there.
Hello, Riz. I got the Pudsey memo. I'm his big sister today. It was really mild. Last couple of days, they really have been very lucky. We've had dry weather and the temperature the last couple of days. Today, we got up to 18 Celsius at Teddington, which is really very mild indeed. I haven't got a coat on. Now, if you're heading out tonight, there's a couple of things that you need to watch out for. It is, of course, bonfire night, so lots of displays happening. And for those, it should stay dry. But it's also a supermoon. It's the Beaver moon tonight, a full moon, and if you get the chance to see it, it should be rather spectacular.
From Pudsey, of course, and from the studio team, thank you very much for watching. Bye-bye.
There it is. Okay, thank goodness. So that is the shot of the BBC building. You can see the sky just above the spire of All Souls Church. Can we see a moon, I wonder? No sign of the supermoon. Why? Because in London it is pretty cloudy. What a surprise. The weather here is not good enough for us to see the supermoon. So unfortunately, any of you guys watching from London, it's not a good view, but I saw some shots earlier from Senegal, a brilliant view from there, and I'm sure many of you will be writing in or emailing in with your views as well.
Prince William retraces his mother's footsteps in Brazil ahead of this year's Earthshot Prize ceremony.
And join me for the national forecast live from Walthamstow on what surely has to be one of the mildest bonfire nights on record. All those details coming up a bit later in the programme. And it's feeling hot in more ways than one. Could this be the mildest bonfire night on record? All those details in the national forecast in a couple of minutes.
The weather on bonfire night is always a big question, and Alex is in Walthamstow where they are gearing up for the festivities. Alex, what's in store?
Very good evening to you, Gamal. Yes, always a big fixture tonight. And of course, the weather can really put a dampener on things, but it's actually not too bad here in Walthamstow at the moment. And it is also mild, and we're going to talk about that in just a second. We've already had one firework display, which was the slightly quieter one a bit earlier. That was at 6 o'clock this evening. I have to say, it wasn't as quiet as I thought it was going to be, but certainly spectacular all the same. And there is another one gearing up for 8 o'clock. That is going to be the main event. But one thing it is feeling here is very, very mild indeed. In fact, it is possible that it could be the mildest bonfire night on record. For that to happen, we need our highest minimum temperature tonight to not fall any lower than 14 degrees Celsius. That is very possible. Let's take a look actually at some of the temperatures that we're going to be looking at 9 o'clock this evening. And you can see we start off across the north. We're going to be in the teens, and that pretty much stays the same as we pull down the country, maybe 15, 16 degrees Celsius. So let's compare that to what it really should be at this time of year. Well, it should be around maybe 10 or 11 degrees Celsius, but as I say, it is going to be staying mild as we head through the next couple of days, and we're certainly feeling that here. In fact, I've just seen a small child running around in a pair of shorts and t-shirts. So that tells you just how mild it is. Let's take a look at the details. Well, it's certainly not going to be a washout as we head through the next few days and over the weekend. And that's good news because as we head through the next several nights, there certainly will be lots more bonfire nights and firework displays to enjoy. Well, that's the way it is looking here in Walthamstow this evening. As you can see around me, everybody having a lovely time. As I say, no hats and scarves because, hey, so mild, you don't need them.
Alex, enjoy the display. Thank you.